Hello YouTube, how's it going? My name is Legion Bricks, and it's going to be a little bit of a longer video today, but today I'm showing you my Shadow 501st Legion Republic Gunship, and man, this thing is awesome. I don't really know where to start with this thing. I really like it. I built this from scratch with a little inspiration from other builds, but nothing in particular. But yeah, you can see it's in the black and blue color scheme, and blue for the 501st and the shadow being the black. I don't know where to even start with this thing. I think it's sweet. I built this just to have a little bit of a difference with the other models being all white, but in kind of in honor with the new UCS Gunship coming out. But these are the cockpits. If you can tell, these are the a little bit different than the normal ones. They don't have the, like the rounded cockpit piece that they usually do, like the 2013 and 2008 one. They have that kind of roundish one, but these ones are actually what would be used in like a city, maybe like a jet set. So I think it's a little different than that. This one, the front one, it will actually, this whole front piece will actually pop off just like that, and it's just held on by a 2-stud connection right there and there. And you can just set this whole thing aside. It's not that delicate. And you can see the front pilot's position. He's got I tried to make a tiny console for him. It's a little cramped in there, but he just fits right in there. He doesn't click into anything. And you can just pop that front piece right back on. This is supposed to be like a flag piece on the other gunships, but I don't have a flag piece in blue or black, so I just built it out of plates and a tile, and I think it gets the job done. And then the back pilot, or the gunner seat, pops open just fine, and I'm not sure if it is a gunner or not, but yeah, he's got a tiny console and he just pops right in there as well. Closes back up easy. And moving on, these are the front mandibles, which would open on a normal gunship, on the gunship playsets at least. These ones on this one sadly don't. Just the way I built it doesn't allow it, so sadly that's kind of a downside to this custom model. But I think they look fine, and it's actually built into that giant piece right there, if you can tell, and that doesn't open. So, and it's actually kind of delicate, so I'll just leave that be. And moving on from there, I'm going to actually address these cannons on top first. You might be wondering, what are these? It's kind of a funny story. I don't have many black rounded pieces like this, so I kind of had to improvise on this. It's kind of a unique way. It's not the most appealing, but I tried to do my best with it. It is actually made up of bionicle leg pieces, the buildable characters. I'll take it off here to show you. It's kind of funny. But, yeah, these bionicle, I forget what they call them. They're like the plate sort of pieces on the legs to cover them up. On the underside here, I don't have an extra piece. I just don't have another one. So, that is covered up. At least I tried to. And, yeah, this is just kind of a weird way I figured out. They're circular, and I tried to kind of convey that sort of cannon-y feeling to it. But yeah, this is, it could definitely be improved on, but this is just all I have right now. And yeah, these are actually connected in, with a two tiny, or if you can see right in here, it's actually like the Technic rods that run through there with, I forget what piece they are, but they click onto the underside of those bionicle plates and they give it that feeling, but or that thing, but those rods actually just connect onto those clips right there. It is a 2-clip connection, very, very fragile, but if you don't touch it, it doesn't do anything wrong. If you look at this wrong, it's gonna fall off, so just try and adjust that there. I'm just gonna leave that alone now. And then over here, there is the wings, a couple of stripes I tried to implement in there with a piece from the 501st Battle Pack. And these are the laser turrets on the wings built in. These actually don't, in movie, don't allow like a figure inside. It's just a turret, so I just built it like that. There is no underside to this dome. I only have 2 of these pieces, so had to use 1 on top for each wing. And you don't really see it from the bottom too much, so I'm not worried about that. This is kind of like a angled piece. It's just connected by 1 stud. It's very delicate, and that just pops right back on there. It establishes kind of like that angle on the top wing. And moving the entire model over, you can pick it up right about at the front. That is about the most stable area to pick it up, is holding on 1 finger there and 1 finger on the top. But you can actually just hold on to this top part like this. You just got to be careful of those cannon pieces because those are super delicate, and just pick that up like that. Is very sturdy that way as well, but those cannons are not, so gotta watch out for those. And I would like to revisit this model eventually. It's really just those cannons that need to be revisited. Everything else is pretty well done, in my opinion at least. And moving forward, there are the front-facing turrets, connected by a simple mixel joint on the front with a little bit of a limited position, but they still allow movement on those. Not quite as much as the ball turrets, but it does the trick. And this little central area right here is actually connected by this area right there. Connects on there by 2 studs, and it gives it a nice angle. It's very colorful in there, so I'm gonna put that right back up. Hopefully I didn't blind you, because that wouldn't be good. But I'll just snap it back on if I can. A little bit fragile, and pop that back on, and no harm. So moving on from that, we have down here the figure area, or the figure bay. So taking off the wing, you can actually see it's just with 2 hinge plates right there, alternating hinge plates. And moving that bay door out, fixing this. It's a little fragile, of course, and you can actually see something that I wouldn't have been able to point out if I didn't take off the wing. And move these doors over. You can actually see the doors on each side. This is the exact same on the other side. It is held in by this simple half Technic beam, I think. I don't know what it's called, with 2 Technic pins with like the axle and pin half on there, the blue ones. And very delicate, but it holds together pretty well. And you see this flush finish. You can see those colors in there a little bit. But I tried to get this as flush as I possibly could with these angled plates and the bricks lining up to give you this nice little like cutoff, showing where the plates end and where the brick begin at the back, where it is brick built. And I think I did as best as I could with this. You can see the little bit of colors peeking through, of course, but with the wings on there, you can't see this really at all. So I think that's a big plus on this. And you can see also with those plates over there, the kind of central cavity where the bomb bay is, and how this all leads up to it, where the explosives would be in a universe shot out of the giant cannons up top. And then the back of this is slightly angled off with room for the back turret on there with a little bit of movability, or if that's a word. But the back door on here also just is very similar to the 2013 Gunship, just lifts off back there with just a small area that you can just barely fit a figure in. I tried to fit one in there, it didn't work out that well, so just the way it is, couldn't get it any bigger. So the back entrance isn't going to be used too often on this guy, so I'm just going to pop the wing back on there, and pops on there nice and easy. Nothing falling off so far, so that's very good. And I'm actually going to go get the 2013 Gunship to compare. So here's the 2013 Gunship next to it, and you can see on here the front mandibles on the 2013 one lift up with a space for an ammo rack, which I took out. And on my model, it doesn't, unfortunately. Like I showed you, just the way I built it doesn't allow it, so that's okay. And the back doors on this one very similar with the laser pods and maximum amount of space for troops. Mine doesn't have those pods, but it does have a lot of space for troops. That's one thing I really tried to implement on this. It's very tiled off in there, if you can tell as well. And taking off, if I can get it, you can actually take a rod piece similar to the one on the turret right here, something very skinny. And if I can actually do this on camera, it's kind of tough to even do it off of camera. But you can see this grill piece is super similar to the way that the 2008 gunship is built. I actually based it off of this originally. So you can actually take that piece and you can pop it up in there. Oh, troop fell, but you can pop up those tiles. And I'm gonna try to get it. I don't know if I can. I don't think that's gonna work. Might have to try it again. Yeah, that's not working. I'm gonna try it one more time. If I can, I'm just gonna have to cut to a clip of me getting this, because it's kind of tough even off of camera. Oh, wrong spot. There we go. See if I can get this out finally. Alright, I got the tiles out. So now you can actually pop a 4x4 studded plate in there to provide more troop storage, which is something I really wanted to allow. Because if you put tiles in there, it looks really nice and finished, but then you don't have space for troops, which I thought was kind of a bummer. So I thought, why not just mix in both? So I thought that was really kind of a neat design. So moving on to my final thoughts of this model, I think it was overall a success. I think it looks pretty sleek from a distance. It almost looks sort of like a police gunship with the blue and black color scheme, but the 501st Shadow theme, I think it looks really sleek compared to the new white gunships coming out. But yeah, that's really all I can think of. This took me quite a while to make. It was no one-day project, so if you like, I definitely appreciate a like on this video. It means so much to me. And yeah, if you like this content, definitely feel free to subscribe. I definitely love putting out this content for you guys, and let me know what you guys also think of this. If I did a good job on this, if I should go back and try and get a few things right on this, maybe do better on it. But I tried to do this just to kind of in honor of the UCS gunship winning the vote a while back. But yeah, just let me know what you think of this, and yeah, that's really all I have to say. I'll catch you in the next one. See ya.